So today we're going to make a mini fabric envelope for Sally to send a little bit of happy mail to her friend. And I've got the page ready and I've got an envelope. And this I'm going to use for my template. So I'm going to very carefully rip it apart because I don't want a paper one. You could use a paper one if you don't want to stitch one, but I want to stitch one. And I'm hoping that the two I've cut out are going to be big enough. Oh, yes, if I turn it. I thought they might be. So I've got an outside and an inside. And I'm just going to put them together. And I may use pins. Because what I want to do... Oh, don't open them that way, Carol. You'll have pins everywhere. Is just attach this down a minute. And we're just going to cut round. If you're very particular, you know, not me. If you're not me, and you want to make sure it's absolutely perfect, then you can draw around it. You can obviously do it on the back, not on the side you're going to see. And then draw around it, but I don't tend to. So I'm going to do this. And I am going to be quite careful and cut out. I could use my rotary cutter and keep this flat. That might work better. Will it though? Will it? I'll probably move it even more. So I'm going to cut around the edge of this. Because Sally and Candy live so far apart, they have to keep in touch. And they do video chatting. And they send little pen pal letters. Just catching up on all the news. Like you do. And we're going to just make a little cute envelope for Sally to send back to Candy, because she's just had Candy's letter. And Candy was saying how she's doing in her new job. She looks after the people at an art gallery, which is such a cool job. As you know, she lives in Paris. And her job is just to make sure all the exhibits, the paintings and the statues and the ornaments, whatever they're called, are all presented beautifully. I'm going to come down to a point there. And then I'm just going to go back round and make sure I've got everything done. That's just not cutting off. Come on. There we go. Roughly okay, I think. So take these out. And she also said that she went out with some friends and they went for gelatos. Oh, yummy. Right. now I've forgotten which bit is which. So it's like that. So that's the bottom. So we're going to fold this up and we're just going to put a little crease like this. You can iron this at this point if you want. I'm going to grab another pin and I'm just going to keep it down so I know where it is. Okay, these two are your sides, which will come in like that. And again, another little pin or a clip, whatever you use. If you decide to iron them down, then you probably won't need all the clips and the pins. Okay, and we've got a little lined envelope, which is super cute. And then this will just fold over the top like this. It's almost straight, guys. Almost. This one's a bit wonky. Just you know, fiddle around with it till you get it where you want it. And then all I'm going to do is do a little bit. Right, so I've got a stitch just here on those two pieces. So I've got them settled down, so I can take that out, grab my needle, and we're just going to try and stitch without going all the way through. Right, let me take that one out and hold it. Okay, I'm going to hide my knot at the back, and I'm going to keep my finger inside. Hide your knot. You don't want to see your knot. This is going to be quite tricky to get started. And we're going to catch that side. Oh, okay. This may be trickier than I thought. Right, let's just double check we're in the right place. Okay. Oh, I know what I found. Oh. I found these in my 99p shop. And I thought, oh, and I haven't even used them. Look. So I could use one of these. Ha! I do buy things sometimes. I like 99p. I could clip this at the top. Like that. Ha ha! And that gives me like another hand. I don't have to hold it. And I'm just going to do some straight sort of stitches. Just to hold them together like that. Now, I can't take credit for this idea because this idea was one of my subscribers, Lynn. She's a great contributor to this channel. She's following Sally's Storybook, joining in, posting her photos. So, and she sends me all sorts of ideas. So I'm very, very grateful. If any of you have any ideas, then do let me know. If you want Sally and Candy to do something exciting, and I can try and stitch it. May or may not be successful, but you never know. We'll have a go. But I thought this was such a super sweet idea. I had to do it. And they are going to go on a little trip next time. But we may be a bit late because they're going to be away. So we may have to do a 3-week. A 3-week gap. And I'm just going to stitch all the way up to the top. I like this little clip. That's a really cool idea. Hopefully it's kept it pretty cool. It is like having another little hand helping you. As I haven't got any little helpers anymore. Not that she would have put her paw on there, would she? With a needle in the way. I probably wouldn't have wanted her to be honest. Putting her paw in the way of the needle. Right, I'm going to finish that off at the back as neat as I can. Because I think it's got to be quite strong on that little corner. I may do another little knot there because I'm really not wanting that to come apart. And we'll just rethread and just do the other side. Oh. So making the little envelope is really, really easy. And then you can You can put all sorts of bits and pieces inside. It could be a little happy mail. Could be to anybody. I don't think you can send them through the post, but you know, for our purposes, I think it's perfectly acceptable. And I'm just going to put my finger inside so that I don't stitch it all together, because I want it to be a proper little envelope. There we go. Oh, come on. It looped itself. It looped. There we go. We're not doing Just Because. I may do it's one of my pages in my Just Because book next. I haven't done that for ages. What was the last one? I think it was the knots, wasn't it? We did knots. That was really cool. I enjoyed that. I may do something quite simple and easy. I mean, this is not difficult. Just take your time. Take your time and cut it out. I would say cutting it out is probably, you know, the bit where you can go wrong. So just, you know, take your time. There's no rush. This is slow stitching. And I'm doing them like this. I don't mind seeing my stitches. I think it looks quite nice. And I'm just going straight across and then just coming up at a little angle like that. I'll take the clip now so that you can see what I'm doing. So straight across and then up at a little angle. And then you get like a straight stitch, but you're ready to do the next one. And then we're at the top and looped round the bottom. Right, so we're going to have some sort of little fastener on there, aren't we, as well? So let's tie this off first. And I'm just doing a little double knot like that. And there we have a little mini envelope. Still got to just go round the top, which we can probably quickly do now. Got some more. Do we need to do this bit as well? I think we probably do. We're just going to do a running stitch, I think. Oh, that's quite a big knot there, isn't it? That's a funny loopy knot. I don't know what that is. Still a bit of a loopy knot. Okay. And I'm going to leave that little bit like that because it just looks, I like it. I think it looks quite nice with the extra bit of fabric coming round. If you don't want that, you would have to cut your inside backing, here we go, inside backing piece slightly smaller than your front bit, but I'm not going to worry too much about that. I am just using up my scraps, so I'm not really worried that, you know, it's not perfect. None of my stuff is perfect. Very overrated being perfect. Unless you're selling it, I suppose, then you probably would have to be. Oh, what have we done? Oh, that's just a bit. And I think what we can do is we can just go all the way around like this. So does anybody still have pen pals? I know that in the crafting community we do like Happy Mail. I just wondered if anybody still did the old-fashioned actually writing to people. It's a dying art, I think, the writing letters. We all email. It's so much quicker. And of course, postage is getting quite expensive as well, isn't it? Especially if, like, because I'm in the UK, a lot of postage, a lot of my subscribers are in America. So if I was to, you know, do Happy Mail to America, it's just crazy. I know when I send, you know, prizes and things out, it's always America because that's where the majority of my viewers come from. But yeah, it is. It's getting worse and worse, I think. I think that's why there's a lot of digital prints and things like that now as well. And why people don't write to each other. It's a shame because, you know, handwritten letters, when you find them in like old books and things, it's such a treat. It's such a little treat to read what somebody wrote so many years ago. I mean, you can always write little letters to yourself, you know, for your children and your grandchildren. So I like that Sally and Candy write to each other. Let's just do one at a time because it's a bit fiddly round this corner. And I suppose we've got to think about a way to close this up. Just to keep all the letter and things inside. Okay. Pop that through and finish that off. Finish it off on the inside. That would be a good plan. Just do that because that will hold it nice and tight down there. Okay. Right, now we've finished our envelope. So we've got to figure out a way to close it. What about, I know what I have in my stash are some really old press studs. Press studs. I'm going to go grab them. Okay, so we have a choice. I haven't found I found these press studs, but they're a wartime pack. So I thought I might pop them into my war journal. You know, a bit of the make, do and mend. So I thought I might use these ones because I don't want black. And we're just going to take, for some reason I think there's, I don't know if you need one end and one hook. So let's just take these. Hopefully they'll come off. It shouldn't be too difficult to sew on. I've never done one before, but you know, let's have a go. Let's have a go. Right, I think I'll link it up in a minute, but what I'm going to do is just stitch that down. I'll use the same, I've got the same cotton. Okay. So, that's got to be a bit further down. Maybe there. I might cut that off. Hang on. I know I said I was going to keep it, but I don't think I can shut the thing properly with that there. It's not, I'm not cutting it off because I don't like it. I'm just cutting it off because I don't think it's going to shut properly. So we're going to want this one for the hook, like there. So hold that. Hopefully still in one place. Get my needle underneath. Oh, I got it. And we're just going to try and stitch these down. Well, I'm pretty sure this is how you do it. And I'm just going to go down and back up into the other one because they're very tiny. I don't think I can come back up into the same one. So I'm just going to cross over like that. And then do it again. And hopefully that will keep them on. Okay. Without making too much of a knotty mess. Right. Hopefully that's on. I don't think it's going anywhere. So I'm just, oh, I could have done that before. I'm just going to turn it inside out, I think, and tie it off. And all we have to do now is make sure we get this in the right place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook it, a hook and an eye. So we're going to hook it together and then we're going to attach it onto there like that. Hopefully that'll work. Not done this before. Oh no. Oh, not one thing, it's another. Right, now I'm going to unhook it because I know where I'm putting it. And do what I did before. And hopefully it hasn't moved too much. And we're just going to attach it down. Oh, they must have had tiny, tiny eyes. Tiny, tiny, tiny eyes. Tiny, tiny stitching. I'm struggling here. I can hardly see to stitch this. It's so tiny. Right, we are not doing any more tiny stuff. I've decided. This is it. This is it with the tiny stuff. We're going to stick to big pieces. Big pieces. And I can see. Right, that's a real mess there. Come on, pull. There we go. Right, we're gonna go down and hopefully that will hold that on there. It's not pretty, but I think it'll do the trick. And it's something I've not used before, which was quite interesting to do. And I'm going to go and get a drink because I can feel that my throat is getting very croaky. It's because I talk all day at work. I'm on the phones all day, so that's what happens. I get very croaky. Aha! Look at that. There's our little envelope. So what we're going to do is going to make a little letter to go inside in a minute when I've had a cup of tea. But for you, I'll be right back. Oh, better. See, voice not croaky. Okay, so while I was having my coffee, Sally wrote her letter to Candy. And all we've got to do now is sort of decorate it up. So I've got some bits and pieces because you know. So first of all, we're going to put some little heart stickers on. All over my... I like the way they've done this. Look, I like that. That's cool. Let's put a little pink one up here. Hello, Candy. And we'll put a little pink one. And a purple one. One more. And let's put some butterflies on. I just put the little ones. The elephant is laughing at the little butterflies. So they're going to plan a holiday. Oh, that's all gone. They're all used up. This one isn't. Oh, I'm just going to put it down. Oh, there. Now it's decided it doesn't want to stay there. I'm not fussing. I'm not fussing. We're just going to decorate this up. And then we can go and get it in the post. Put some flowers on. Where there's butterflies, there's flowers. Some of these are all... I think that's it. I think they're all used up now. Okay. Nice to use your stuff up. I've got some stars, but I don't know whether to put the stars on. Maybe a couple. Maybe you choose the pink ones. Just because they're sort of cool. Woo! Okay. No too many. Not too many. And I've left a gap because I thought I was going to put this on. But obviously that's too big. So we're not going to put that on. So these are the little birds that Candy sent. And we're going to put them in the garden somehow. So I might use this just on the page. So we now got to fold up the letter so it fits inside there. Ha ha! So no bigger than that. Look at that, just says hello Candy. And oh, it's got to be more than half, hasn't it? So there. So I want me little elephant right at the front. So I'm going to do that. Oh, we may have to move things. we may have to move things about a bit. I'm going to tuck that in. Like that. I have to move that one as well. Oh, there we go. No problem. And then we're just going to fold this down. It's going to fit in that little envelope. Sort of. Okay. It's very tough. I could burnish it down a bit, I think, with some scissors. Because it's not going to stay in that envelope, is it? I'll put some creases in it. Okay, right, now you're a bit flatter. So in you go. That's super cute. I'd love to get a little letter like that. And we're going to decorate our page just a little bit. Because we're going to pop this in the middle. And then this will be sewn on to the next page. So I think we can put this on. I know it's paper, but do you know what? I think we can put it on, and I can put this on. I found this wish because they wish they could go away. We might put it down there, or we could have it over here. Something like this. I've got lace. I've got the stuff. So we're just going to stitch them down. And oh, there's not a lot left on these. I'm just going to rethread, guys. Rethread. I've run out. I'm quite happy putting paper on my pages. If you're not, then, you know, see if you can find some pictures on fabric and stitch that on. I haven't actually got any, so that's why I'm using this. I'm just going to come up and down the holes. Like this. I'm going to go down there. Doop, doop. I'm going to come up there. I don't know where I'm going to go now. Oh yeah, over there. Maybe we'll come up. No, we won't. Yes, we will. We'll come up there in the middle. So you can mix paper and fabric. There's no rules. Oh, I've gone through too many pages. Only that last one. I thought it was a bit thick. Right, I'm going to have to unthread. Oh, we're on our last page. Oh my goodness. Okay. It's going to be interesting. So we've got one more page. It's going to have to be a big adventure for the last page. So they are thinking about going to Australia. Obviously, I have a soft spot for Australia. As you know. If you don't know, I have a soft spot for Australia because that is where my granddaughter is and my daughter. They're living over there now. She got married to Dan 2 years ago. And a lovely little family now. So I'm not... I don't see her. Okay, I'm going to stop because I don't think I can stitch that on anymore. And again, you can see that I've had to increase the size of my page. But that was... I talked about that last time. It's not going anywhere. It's on. I'm going to stitch this down. Or should we try and stitch... Should we make a pocket? I think we need a pocket. That's what we need. A little pocket. Right. A pocket from... Maybe a lace pocket. Ooh. Ooh. Get the lace. This is my thing of lace. All the scraps are in here. A piece that has some depth to it, like oh, look at that, it's nearly pocket shaped. Okay, so I'm very quickly just going to stitch around the outside, and this involves turning my page all the time, so just a running stitch. It doesn't need to be anything fancy. Oh, don't you come undone again. Don't you do that. Right. See if I can stitch this. Right, stay flat. I'll put them clips on in a minute. Right, I don't want to stitch onto that page as well. Right, let's go across the bottom. I'm a bit sort of caggy-handed again. We're going to go along the bottom like this. And because it's fabric, it will expand when I put the little envelope in. Go. It's pretty now, look at that. And Just get that. And try and keep it flat. It's very difficult when you have to scrunch it all up in your hands to get to the corner. So next week, I think we're going to be doing another square in our upholstery series. What I've got is a bag of upholstery squares, and we're doing a different design based on whatever colour I get out. So that's going to be super fun. So it's just a random drawing of a colour, and then I just have a little think, and then I come back and we stitch whatever it is I've sort of found. Because they're all sort of quite muted colours, like greys and browns, but we did start with the black and white one, which just came together so beautifully. It was just so easy. Okay, so we pop our little envelope in there. And we can put wish up the top here, can't we? I might attach it down to with some lace as well. I've got some lace sitting here. Could pop that one there. Oh, it's pretty. Just take off the edge and pop that on there like that. You have to make an effort, don't you, to stay in touch with friends that move away. I'm really not very good at it. Yeah, I'm the world's worst for keeping in touch with people. And I have numerous friends that will attest to that. Yeah, we'll stay in touch. It's difficult, isn't it? I mean, I work with people and I think, you know, we get on really, really well. And then when I leave that job, I never see them again. Even though, you know, we've been friends for 10 years in the job. It's all very strange. I don't swap jobs that often, by the way. My last one I had for 14 years. Then I changed it. But that was because I couldn't manage all the standing, the climbing and the stress. So my new job is much better. It's sitting down, but it is a lot of talking on the phone and talking to patients. So it's not stressful, but it does make my throat quite sore at times. And we drink a lot of tea. There's always somebody going to put the kettle on. Okay, so I think that's this page pretty much done. And if you've just found this video, welcome. If you want to join in, please do. Say hello. Love to know who's watching. Very, very simple page, but I hope you enjoyed learning how to do a little fabric layered envelope. Stuck in its little pocket. I like making little pockets for the girls. So they're now going to go. These, I haven't stitched these together yet, but those will be together as a page. And I think I've got one more page. That's it. And then we've got to do one on the back. Oh, one on the back, one on the back. And we might put a whole thing across there as a cover. Because once we've done this, there's going to be stitching on there. Right, so Sally's going in her little bed. Keep them safe so I know where they are, because they're little monkeys, they do disappear. And Candy is in her little band in France. And there we go. Well, that was today. we are all done for today. And my book is getting so chunky. I love it. I love it chunky. So thank you so much for joining me. If you want to go back and watch any of the ones that you missed, then I'll leave the link to the playlist at the end of the video so you can go and have a little peek at ones that you might like to do. Picnic, there's the party, there's the beach, there was Easter. I'm afraid this video has disappeared. Now, I'm not quite sure what's happened because I haven't deleted it. I wouldn't do that. That one was one of my favourite little adventures. She went on a treasure hunt and I can't believe it's just gone. Yeah, we had a garden. We went to Paris. We did a little bedroom. We have got a house. So we've had quite an adventure. So if you missed any, then they're all in the playlist. So if you want to see the next square in the upholstery fabric project, that will be next Saturday. And I'd love you to come and say hello. Bye for now.